So I've been using macOS for software development for more than 5 years now. If you've seen some of my other videos, you probably know that I'm a big fan of customization, using my keyboard, and working primarily on the terminal. I use Westterm for my terminal emulator and Neovim and Tmux for pretty much all of my coding projects. I've also tried some of the most popular tiling window managers on macOS like Yabai or Aerospace. Even though I do love my MacBook Pro and it has worked for me really well throughout the years, macOS has its limitations when it comes to control and customizability. Because of this, I've always wanted to give Linux a try. Last week, I decided to install Parallels onto my Mac, set up a virtual machine running an ARM version of Ubuntu, and got started with setting everything up to take the default Linux install from something that looks like this to something that looks more like this. I'm using the i3 tiling window manager, which is honestly not too hard to get started with, is pretty customizable, and makes it really easy to do stuff like open new windows, navigate between them, move them around on your screen, go to different workspaces, all with just your keyboard. I also set up a menu bar with a tool called Polybar, which I think is nicer than the default. I'm using another tool called D-Menu to easily look for and open applications. I've played with the colors a bit as well, set up a wallpaper, and also used a tool called PyCom to add this cool feature where windows that are not in focus have a small bit of transparency to them. It might not be the craziest setup, but it gets the job done for now, and I'm pretty happy with it. It took me quite some time and a fair amount of trial and error. The very first thing I had to do was actually get i3 installed, so I needed to figure out how to install packages onto the system. Ubuntu, like many other Linux distros, has a built-in package manager called apt, short for Advanced Package Tool. This is very similar to using something like Homebrew on macOS, but it comes built into the operating system, which is really convenient. So basically, to install i3, I first had to run sudo apt update. This is so that the apt package manager can have the latest package information and you can get the latest version. Afterwards, you can run sudo apt install followed by the package name. In this case, it's just i3. We use sudo here so that the commands run as the super user because we need these permissions to be able to actually install packages onto the system. After installing i3, I had to log out and log back in, making sure that I click on the button in the right-hand corner of the login screen and have i3 selected. Now that I had i3 up and running, I next had to figure out how to open a terminal window. As I mentioned previously, you basically do everything with keyboard shortcuts. How this works is that you have a modifier key. By default, the modifier is the Alt key, and you essentially press Alt along with some other combination of keys depending on what you want to do. For example, if you do Alt and Enter, you open new terminal windows. With Alt followed by a number, you change to different workspaces. The next thing I had to figure out was how to fix some display resolution issues because everything looked a little bit too small at first. And then I went ahead and installed Chromium for the browser as Chrome itself wasn't available, and then Westterm, which is my preferred terminal emulator. I also had to install Git. I changed my shell to ZSH, and I installed some really nice tools and plugins for my terminal like ZSH Auto Suggestions, Eza, which is an improved version of the ls command, and Zoxide, which is a much better alternative to the cd command. Beyond that, I also had to install Neovim, Tmux, and I used a tool called GNU-Sto to be able to apply the dot files that I have stored in GitHub. Before I continue, I also want to let you guys know that I'm currently working on a course platform I'm going to be calling Terminal Hackers. The plan is to build a place for people who like to hack, code, and build on the terminal like me. I've wanted a place where I can dive deeper into the topics that I cover on this channel, make it easy for you to track your progress, and where I can keep everything up to date as well. The first course I'm working on is a complete beginner's guide on how to set up Neovim from scratch so you can learn how to build your own custom, personalized, and fully featured IDE. If you want to stay up to date with me, my progress building this platform, and know exactly when the first course gets released, you can sign up to the waitlist and newsletter linked in the description description. Throughout this process, I had to go through installing one thing at a time, and it wasn't always easy and straightforward. Even though apt would work for installing most packages, some things would be outdated or only available through other methods. There's also apps that are just not available to install. This is particularly an issue because this is an ARM version of Ubuntu, and there's a lot of apps that don't have support for this particular architecture. Spotify, for example, has a Linux application, but you can only install it on an x86 system. So for some apps, what I decided to do instead was to install browser applications through Chromium. I did this with Notion and YouTube, for example. I also ran into an issue where I couldn't play protected content like music on Spotify or movies and TV shows from streaming services because of content protections and issues with getting this set up properly on an ARM version of Linux. I wasn't able to get that fixed. In the future, I want to get a dedicated computer that runs on the x86 architecture, so these issues aren't really a big concern for me right now, as most of them will go away. I just wanted to give this a try and see how it would work for me for software development. In that front, I can say it's pretty awesome. What I loved most about this experience is how much control I have over the operating system and my setup, setting up different colors for this and for i3, adding a wallpaper, window transparency for unfocused windows. Doing all that stuff was really fun. Beyond that, I really like how i3 works and the simple keyboard-centric workflow I can have with it. If you're interested in seeing a more in-depth video on i3 and how to use it, let me know in the comment section. All of this control though does imply that you have to configure a lot more stuff than you normally would. Some things just won't work out of the box, and not all apps are supported. I realize that that's not for everyone. You have to really like customization and be able to embrace it. Me personally, I found it really enjoyable to be able to set up the operating system exactly how I want it. Even though I'll still need my Mac for doing stuff like video editing with Final Cut Pro, photo editing with Lightroom or Photoshop, or doing 3D modeling, the control and customizability of Linux is the primary thing motivating me to give it a shot into the future, specifically for software development. It'll be a bit hard to find a computer that can match my MacBook in terms of hardware. I'm interested in framework laptops and other options. Let me know in the comment sections if you have recommendations for me. For now, I'm really impressed with how the Linux setup feels, even though it's running on a VM. I'm going to be using this virtual machine as much as possible, and in the future, once I have a dedicated computer for this, I want to try other tools and distros like Arch, Hyperland, and Omarchy. I'm pretty excited for that and sharing everything I'm learning with you on the channel. Alright you guys, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and found it interesting and helpful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or feedback for me. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit on that bell icon so you can get notified when I upload new videos to the channel, and you can stay up to date with new content from me. See you guys in the next one. Peace.